Delia, Delia, how can it be? You say you love that rounder, but you don't love me. She's one more rounder gone. Sitting on the housetop, high as I could be. You say you love that rounder, but you don't love me. She's one more rounder gone. Oh, let's go, come on. Delia, Delia, take no one's advice. The last words I heard her say was cold as ice. She's one more rounder gone. Delia's poor mother took a little trip out west. When she returned, Delia was lying in rest. She was all I've got, now she's gone. Delia loved to gamble, money all around. She was one girl, never let the deal go down. She's one more rounder gone. Delia looking high, Kenny looking low. Shot poor Delia right down with that hateful 44. She was all I've got, now she's gone. The judge said to Kenny, what was this fuss about? I'm overcoming gamblers trying to put me out. She's one more rounder gone. The judge said to Kenny, gonna tell you a natural fact. Son, you're gonna stay in jail till Delia come back. She's one more rounder gone. Yes, she is one more rounder gone. She is one more rounder gone. Hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday, and on that very happy murder ballad note, I am here to talk about this beautiful harmony guitar with you guys today. I hope you guys are doing well, by the way. I hope you guys have had a great week. And man, what a funky old acoustic, man. Just like, talk about the fundamental of the note, you know? Zero overtone, just fundamental and just loud and proud. What a fingerstyle, like it's a real fingerstyle guitar, I guess I would say, right? This is an old parlour guitar made by Harmony in the year 1937, the spring of 1937. I have all of that info, but beyond that, I can't tell you guys anything concrete about this guitar because the rest of it is kind of shrouded in mystery. This guitar lived on the wall of one of my students' wives' childhood homes. And it lived on a wall with this strap, this rope strap. Never really moved. I don't know how much it was played. I mean, it sounds like it was played. It's got, you know, a lot of resonance. But it's been around since 1937. Just absorb that for a second. Since 1937. This thing is old, man. It's been around. It's seen a lot. It's heard a lot. It's hopefully been played a lot. Super cool old guitar. What do I know about this guitar? I can tell you, like I say, it's a parlor style guitar. It's got more of a paddle style headstock, which is interesting. It has, I believe, a rosewood fretboard and bridge. It's got these T-bar frets, which are a product of their time. Like even the old Martin guitars of yore, you know, had frets like these. It has no truss rod, so I don't know if you guys can hear when I play it, but it's very difficult to play anywhere past the 3rd fret because the action is high. High, 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 high. And look at this neck. This is a huge neck. It's like a nice big old V, which I find super comfortable. It's at least an inch deep, if not more. So I'm a big fan of that. That's comfortable to me. And yeah, I don't know what the wood is on this thing. I really have no idea. I think it's a laminate. Sounds like a laminate. Not super resonant, right? Like I say, but that fundamental tone is just like... It's super, super rad. Great guitar for a range of styles. Definitely great for the kind of fingerstyle stuff. Great for, you know, country blues. It reminds me of those old records, you know, Blind Willie McTell, Robert Johnson, Reverend Gary Davis, all that stuff. Blind Blake, you know. Let's see, Blind Blake. Had much nicer guitars, but you could do your Chet Atkins stuff on this too. So great for that kind of stuff. Also pretty cool for, you know, jazz. I could pick up a pick and actually do some, you know, little satin doll with the Freddie Green style chords. It gets really hard to play up there. Django stuff, you know. Whatever. If this thing was set up, it could actually play really well. You know, it could be a really cool guitar to play. You know, to play. Also really cool on these old parlor guitars. You know, really cool for slide as well. You know, you can do lots of this kind of stuff. Now, I just want to speak briefly about harmony guitar history because I find it fascinating. And I want to also credit, there's a YouTuber by the name of Robert Cassard who released a very interesting video on the history of harmony, which I found very interesting. And lots of the information I'm about to tell you guys comes from that video, as well as some research I did on the internet. But just a Coles Notes version. Harmony started up in 1892. They went strong through 1975 or so, at which point they went bankrupt. And I think the reason why they went bankrupt is going to become pretty clear in a second. Harmony was just one of a few brands that were manufactured in the same facilities, but guitars that were produced with different names on the headstock and different model numbers. So harmony guitars were manufactured and sold to independent music stores, mom and pop shops, that kind of thing. While at the same time, we had Silvertone guitars, which were made in the same facilities, but sold through the Sears catalog. We also had Airline guitars, again, still made in the same facilities, but sold through a mail order system. And then there were holiday guitars, and then the list goes on and on and on. So it's not like we don't see this anymore. There's, the Court Company that makes guitars in Korea, and then those guitars are, they make different models for different companies that are sold, So it's still a thing, for sure. But Harmony was very, very, very successful for a number of reasons. I mean, they were one of the first companies in the early 1950s to adopt kind of space-age names with their guitars, which was a big thing at the time. So they did like the Stratotone, they had the Meteor. These are high-end harmony guitars. So they're still played by people like Jack White and Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys, people like that. And they're renowned for their gold foil pickups, which were made by D. Armand. And, at the time, these guitars were kind of seen as student-level instruments, but there's a cult following for them now. At their peak in the mid-1960s, Harmony was making, get this, 35,000 instruments per year. 35,000 instruments per year, which means they were making 1,000 instruments a day. No wonder they went bankrupt. Pretty crazy stuff. I've got to say, I also have a pretty funny little family history story here with harmony guitars. They've always held a special place in my heart for a couple reasons. My father, when he was in high school, he played in a rock band, and he had a harmony thin line guitar. I don't know what the model was, but he speaks highly of that guitar. And he also has a bit of a regretful story with a harmony guitar as well. After he had that harmony thin line guitar, he traded it in for a Fender Stratocaster, which he found in parts. So there was a neck and a body. I don't think they were together, but it was a 1950s Fender Strat of some kind. I think the pickups didn't work. Back then, there was no internet, so in his defense, people didn't really know how to work on guitars that much. But he sold that guitar and traded it in for, guess what? Another harmony. A Harmony 12-string acoustic. And he proceeded to kick himself in years after the fact. But nonetheless, I still love you, Dad. Don't be afraid. I still love you. Though I do wish we had that old Strat. That would be cool. All right, guys. I'm going to play you guys out. I've got this guitar now tuned to open G. And I'm going to play you guys out with a little bit of an old Robert Johnson song that I think you guys will recognize. So enjoy, and thanks so much for watching. this morning, I feel around for my shoe. You know about that, baby, had them old walking blues. Woke up this morning, I feel around for my shoe. You know about that, baby, I had to go rock the blues. Leave this morning, I had to go ride the blind. I've been mistreated, don't mind dime this morning. I had to go ride the blind. I've been mistreated, ooh, you know I don't mind dying. See you guys again next Tuesday.